There it is, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening, everybody out there in the world? This is Mike Marino, yours truly, bringing it to you live from my mother's basement. And I am so happy to be in my mother's basement tonight. This beautiful summer coming to the end, kind of fall-like night with one of my favorite actors slash friends slash entertainer slash director, writer. We're going to get right at neighbor. I always forget neighbor and fellow paisan. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Pastore is on the show again. Yeah, how many people out there could actually say they know what this is? Come on, this is Little Rascals. I do this every night when I say goodnight to people. Good night, good night. And what did this mean? Anybody?
It was the high sign.
It was the high sign. It meant you were in with the in. The He-Man Woman Haters Club.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club. I've been there many times.
The He-Man Woman Haters Club. I don't know if you could say that now, but you could back in the day.
You know where the He-Man Woman Haters Club sleeps?
No, where?
On the couch.
On the couch.
That's right. Because usually when they hate you, you got to go sleep on the couch.
Right.
And then you hate them, so
right.
It becomes the He-Man Woman Haters Club. Is that right, Kels? Guys?
One of the greatest things about my little talk show here in the basement is we never rehearse.
Nope.
We don't know what we're going to talk about.
Never.
And it just happens. So right now we're on a...
smell shower fresh.
Thank you very much.
Look how close I am for this guy. Do you realize that we
it's a good shot. It's a good shot.
But it looks like a different kind of show.
Yeah, well, no. This is
not that kind of show.
Not that kind of show. This is this type of show.
It's this kind of show, but the way we look.
Yes.
I mean, he shower.
I smell good.
Did you take a shower just now?
I take a shower twice a day, every day, in the morning and then at night. I don't know how this became subject matter, but
because of the closeness.
I want to smell nice, and he smells nice too, but he also smells like provolone.
That's just typical. I can't help that.
Nothing like a bunch of Italian kids in the basement smelling like cologne
and provolone
and gabagool, because that's what we brought to school when we were kids. When you went to school when you were a kid and you brown bagged it, back in the day when we had the lunch pail, remember the lunch pail, and you had Scooby-Doo, or you had Sigmund and the Sea Monsters. What was that other guy who played the flute? Freddie the Flute. What was it? Puffin Stuff.
HR Puffin Stuff.
HR Puffin Stuff. Him, McDonald's.
What I used to bring is I had that metal, horrible. Usually I had a cartoon character on the metal box with that thermos, and I would drop the box, and the thermos would break, and you hear chinga chinga ching.
Yeah.
It sounded like a maraca.
Yeah.
That I remember, and the smell. I used to get out of bologna and cheese, I guess, and what else? Peanut butter and jelly. But it was very unappetizing. You'd open up that box, it was sitting there all day. Your mother would give you some horrible hot soup. There was one kid, though, his name was Walter. And Walter used to bring a sliced tomato and onion sandwich. We gave him a beat because we couldn't take it anymore. Every day, I guess I had no money, but he used to have a sliced tomato and onion sandwich with mayonnaise. And finally, we got so disgusted with his breath and the way it used to smell because it was sitting there, that we threw him down the stairs, all of us. We said, you, Walter, and your sandwich, down the stairs you go. Now you can't do that because it's considered bullying.
Yes.
But it also made you tough. It gave you character.
I don't know if this was a Jersey thing. It was the way we grew up. But getting a little bit of a beating when you were a kid was good for you. It taught you a lesson.
It taught you a lesson. It toughened you up. Exactly. You go crying.
Nothing happened. You just got slapped around. You went home. You had some blood. And before you know it, there was a girl going, oh, look at this black guy. And you made out on the deal.
And if a kid was a bully, you beat him up.
Later on.
The best thing to do was to knock out the bully, and then you become known as the tough guy in the neighborhood. And nobody messes with you.
And once you became the tough guy in the neighborhood, you went like this.
And you could collect.
And you could
go out and collect. You could go to the stores, right?
Right.
Hey, listen, this guy's, what's he doing? He's making garbage on your sidewalk. Come here. Give me $25 a week. I get rid of that. I'll never have it again.
Give me 25 cents and a piece of bubble gum, and everything is nice.
Exactly.
Don't worry about nothing.
Yankee Doodles, right? Remember the Yankee
Doodles? Well, you got to get a little. You got a little
Yodels.
Yodel. See how this conversation never goes to where we're supposed to go?
Never.
I don't even remember what we were supposed to talk about.
I was talking about how well he smelled.
Yeah.
And then you went to provolone
and then I went
about
to
sandwiches.
And now we're cutting the cheese.
And now we're cutting the cheese.
What kind of cheese are we cutting? Locatelli. Don't forget.
Locatelli cheese, number one.
If you're going to cut the cheese, you cut Locatelli.
I put it on everything. Hey.
We were talking about bringing food to school and how the Italians had the brown bag and not the lunch pail. And you could always tell an Italian kid because at the bottom of the brown bag was oil.
It seeped out your sandwich.
Right. I remember when I was a kid and my mother made me meatball sandwiches. For some reason or other, she put them on white bread and she pressed it in there. It's disgusting. Shame on mommy.
A lot of times used to sabotage kids' lunches too.
Yeah.
We used to take out their sandwich and then replace it with another sandwich.
Speaking of sandwiches, since we're actually on the sandwich conversation, sandwich, today's show was catered by one of our favorite catering companies right here in the town of Scotch Plains on Park Avenue, Florence Ravioli. That's right, Florence Ravioli. I hope they're watching this show. We went down there today to get our typical sandwiches, and we had a plethora of different sandwiches, from ham and cheese to provolone, of course.
Look at this sandwich. Look.
We saved a couple of bites for the show.
Nice sandwich.
That's a ham with tomato, lettuce, mayonnaise, turkey. There was some chicken salad. There was, what was the other one? The one I can't eat. There was tuna salad and salami.
Entertain you.
Let us entertain you.
Let us entertain you.
And here it is. So we're going to have a nice bite of this sandwich made here in New Jersey from Florence Ravioli. I can't say enough things about Florence Ravioli, and their neighbor right there on Park Avenue, of course, is John's Meat Market. John's Meat Market and Florence Ravioli have been around for 100 years. The place is great. The people in there are hilarious. Maron, take it from here. I'm going to bite my sandwich.
Go ahead. Yeah, I'd like to put a little, hey, Lucatelli I could put on my sandwich.
I don't have any sprinkle of Lucatelli right here, but if I did, oh, look at this. One of our friends is sending out the show to his friends, and I appreciate that because we have to stick together.
Who's that?
Shane J Coyle.
Thank you, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. Thank you, James Heffron. Thank you, Robert Quattro, who also has an Italian deli in Los Angeles, California.
What a fucking... Oh, here we go. You need my glasses? I'll find your glasses?
I'll find it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bite. And here is a gentleman who's writing into the show right now, Cyril Despres.
Cyril Despres. What's up, bro?
Cyril Despres.
I'm going to see you in a few days, Cyril. Want to tell him why?
Why don't we move the conversation to what's going on in Vinny Pastore's life as an entertainer in the entertainment business, starting with what's going on this coming Saturday night in Florida.
Vinny Pastore is my cousin.
I'm sorry,
he
Gary.
He did the MTV Music Awards.
That's right.
But I'm Gary. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to Florida this coming weekend to premiere a show that Michael and I worked on for streaming TV called Silent Partners. And Michael plays my consigliere named Leo. And he's not playing an Irish cop for a change. He's playing a mobster, an Italian mobster. I know he looks a little like, what's his name, Tom Hayden, but that's okay. Because the light and the dark, we get on real well. He's my consigliere.
We look good together.
We do. He advises me, right? He gives me advice during the interim of the series. But anyway, yeah, we're going to be screening it Saturday night at a mansion in Florida. And there's some invited guests. There'll be some celebrities. We're going to be there. It may turn into a hurricane party. We don't know. We could get blown away.
We're going to get blown out.
But we hope we blow everybody away with this premiere. We got our friend Emilio DeFabio from Cranford. He's coming. He's sitting right over here.
And Ronnie Marmo.
And Ronnie Momo. Ronnie Momo. I don't know if Ronnie Momo is watching. Are you watching, Momo?
Joe Cernio is. There's your friend Joe Cernio.
Joe Cernio, I love you, bro.
Nice
pictures, buddy. That was a good shot, Mo. You made me very jealous.
Another couple of Shane Coyle's friends. Jessica, how you doing, Jessica? It's nice to see you. Thank you for watching the show. We're going to have a great time. We're all going down to Fort Lauderdale this Saturday night. Of course, a couple of us are going to stay a couple extra days and have some fun. Hopefully the bad weather won't keep me grounded here in New Jersey, but this is going to be badass. This man right here plays a mob boss. It's just unfucking believable how great of an actor he is. Puts me in my place, and I'm happy to be part of this project. Ronnie Marmo, who's now doing an off-Broadway show called I'm Not a Comedian, I'm Lenny Bruce, is in it. and a lot of great talent. And especially Cyril Despres is going to be playing a badass character too. So don't be shocked, ladies and gentlemen, if you see what I might say is the new Sopranos only taking place in Miami back in the 80s, the good old days.
Very good. I don't know why they cast me as a monster. I don't get it. You?
Well, I don't know. I think you got that look. Maybe it's because of some of your other accomplishments. Don't forget, when you first came on my show, you were working on the Deuces. The Deuce.
But yeah, I didn't. I'm not in season 3. They changed the story arc. Went to 1986, and at that time, the character I play, what's his name, Matty the Horse, he went to prison. So I guess they didn't want to spend too much time about me in prison, and they just moved on without me. But that's okay because I'm busy. In fact, I'm so busy. I got a couple of movies.
Well, tell us about what's the future of Gary and what you're doing and what's going on. And Shane Coyle, thank you so much for spreading the love of what we're doing right here on my show, Mike Marino Live from my mother's basement with my friend Gary. So what is going on? What's next?
I just got cast. It's so funny. I went to Delaware for a little vacation. I'm looking at some real estate down there. And all week long while I'm in Delaware, what am I doing? I'm crabbing. That's right, because right behind the house I stayed at is a dock. And on this dock, they have crab pots. You put your crab pot out, and you catch crabs. So I caught crabs.
That's not the only way to catch crabs, but you didn't hear that from me.
That's not the crabs I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
I'm a little itchy.
These are seafood crabs.
Yes, the ones you eat.
The ones you eat.
Well,
so I caught some crabs, and I made crab sauce, and I made crab soup, and I made all kinds of crab stuff, crab cakes. Anyway, I get a call. We want to put you on a movie. Guess what the name of the movie is? Crabs in a Bucket. I found that to be very coinky-dinky. Here I am in Delaware catching crabs, and not those crabs, eating crabs, and they said, you're going to be in this movie called Crabs in a Bucket. I didn't have to audition. I said, do I have to meet the director? No, we're casting you. You're in it. So, listen, to all my acting friends out there, it does happen. It's rare, but it happens, especially as you start to move along in your life and you start to get bigger roles. And thank you, the producers of The Deuce, HBO, Dave Simon and George Pellicano. Thank you for giving me that role. But now the parts are starting to come in. So I'm in this movie called Crabs in a Bucket.
Look at the crabs. People are sending you.
Thank you, crabs. Thank you, crab people.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Shane. Hey, Freddie Tenor from the Wise Guy Show. It's nice to see you. Look, crab sauce, the best. One of the greatest things about doing a podcast like this and having some, let's say, I don't say fans, I say family.
Right.
And having this large amount of people write in, you can see the people on Instagram writing in, especially John's Meat Market, from around the world. These people are from all around the world. All right, there's Florida. Of course, this is New Jersey, New York, but we're getting Italy right now. We're getting England right now. We're getting different parts of London. Saudi Arabia, this guy constantly writes into the show.
Saudi Arabia.
And look at
hey, listen, you got big money over there. You want to finance some movies? I know you Saudis have money. What are you, a prince? Come on. Come talk to me. Let's talk.
Look at all these crazy people. Dewey Beach. I don't even know what the
hell Dewey Beach, yes, Delaware. I'm going to be moving by there soon.
Well, we hate to see you go.
I'll be around.
All right. So
Delaware gets a new guy. You going to take care of me, Delaware, when I come down? You better. Right. Do you want to see Mike Marino perform in Delaware? You better. Baby. Come on. You want to see Mike perform in Delaware?
Look at it. Wait. This guy Tyler Lee, he said, "Where's the American flag sunglasses?" He gave them to me on Saturday.
Right.
Oh, fuck, they're upstairs, bro. I can't put them on right now. I need reading glasses. I'm old. I'm in my 40s.
Oh, he's in his
40s. Need a redhead in the pot. We do? Well, hi, Sheila. We might need a redhead. Well, he might need a redhead. Well, it is about crabs. Let's move on.
So Bruce Garner's in the movie. Henry Manning from Orange is the New Black. I heard they got an offer out to a guy who talks like this. You see this watch? I carried this watch for most of my life. I had this watch. It was buried in my ass. So if you know who that is, they got an offer out there. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I certainly hope he's in it.
How great would that be?
Wouldn't that be great?
I hope I get the part in this movie, too. I could be the crab boy.
Well, listen, I already put Mikey in for a role in this. In fact,
you're the reason why I'm in Silent Partners. Thank you very much.
And you're the reason for my existence.
No, you're the reason why you're in my basement.
I figured that.
Yeah, that's a comedy routine in itself.
Oh, what else are we doing? Oh, and now I'm doing this movie called The Fix with Armand DeSante right after Krabby's. And then we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that Ciro We have some good news after this weekend about where we're going with Silent Partners because it needs a home. It's a very, 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 very good show. And the fact that it takes place in Miami during the 1980s, during, Scarface, remember him? In fact, I look like you with this hat on again.
Great flick.
Right? Look at me.
A lot of very talented people in this project.
We'll be in the Scarface movie again.
What else is going on? What's the next project up for grabs?
Well, I got the fix. I got that. I haven't been doing much else, man. I'm just living life with the kids and the fam. That's it.
Well, we're all having fun down here in the basement, and we're all looking forward to this big premiere that we're going to have on Saturday night. We're all looking forward to all the great stuff that Gary's going to be in. I'm going to be on tour as well, and while I'm on tour, one of the greatest things for me and a great feeling is to know that Gary's in the audience supporting what I'm doing, coming from a different perspective in the world of entertainment, telling jokes. Hopefully that'll get us to different projects and further along and stuff like that. Right now, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world, and Gary, unfortunately and sadly, because we don't want you to leave our little town of Scotch Plains once you move to Delaware, says the taxes are a little tough in this town. You know, we do have a guy named John Bramnick in this area going to be running for governor, and we could say that because he could say no, he's not, but we want him to because we want the taxes to come down, especially in this area somehow.
Even if I do move to Delaware, I am going to go out and I'm going to rally for John Bramnick to become governor of this state.
Right.
Listen, my heart will always be in Jersey, wherever I move, and I'm not going away forever. I'll come back. It's just that I got to start looking at the next years of my life and where I want to stay. And I think I want to be near a beach, like 10 minutes away, Michael. 10 minutes from a beach, Michael.
We would all like to be near a beach.
10 minutes.
But right now, I have to continue this show live from my mother's basement, and I don't like doing it from different places. Although I do, the best place to do it is right here in the basement. Why? Because we have a bar stacked with alcohol, and we can get food down the block from Florence Ravioli. In fact, next weekend, is it this weekend? This weekend, which is the official last weekend of the summer, after we're done in Fort Lauderdale watching the screening of Silent Partners, we're coming back to New Jersey because
the feast of St. Barts. And actually, so you know, I'm coming home early to go to the feast. That's true. I mean, I don't want to mention names, but there's a couple of guys coming back a few days late. They're not going to go to the feast because they want to stay a little later. But me, because I'm a good-hearted Scotch Plains kind of guy, I'm coming back early to go to the feast with Michael on Monday. So Monday evening, if you want to come by and say hi to Mike and I, we'll be schlepping around a feast. We're going to be eating sausage and peps.
oh, Marino.
Fucking calamar with sauce, maybe some clams on the air shell,
And
beets, some beers.
what is the feast favorite? Out of everything.
For me,
For everybody, let's say. Come on.
cotton candy.
No, cotton candy. That's for the kids. That's for the kids. Zaplas.
Oh, the Zaplas, but I don't eat them.
You don't?
No.
Oh, fuck.
Do you know about the marching? The marching. See, we're gonna miss the band.
No, what?
You know the band when they carry the saint the first night, opening night.
I might be there Friday night. I'm coming down on Saturday, so if I'm free Friday night, I'm going to go watch the Saint. But we're all going over to the Scotch Plains Feast of St. Barts, which is the local Catholic church. They have the feast every year. It's been a couple hundred years or something like this. I don't really know. Mike Novello's band's going to be playing, the Broadcasters. His nephews play, I believe, hopefully on the Monday night, the closing night of the feast. That's the best night to go.
Absolutely.
I remember when I was younger and everybody had a beach house at the end of the summer, you came back Labor Day weekend, and that Monday night you saw all the kids getting ready to go to high school, junior high, who's going to be us, and you showed off, you know, you're walking around like, hey, look at me, I just got back down from Belmont, Seaside, you sons of bitches, you know, the good old days. And we're going to do that again on this Monday night. Now, the Zaplas that I like so much, I'm sure I don't know. It's definitely a belly buster. It's an Italian donut. That's the way the Americans call it, the mitigans. But it's my mother always said I forgot it already. What the hell are they called again? The Zaplas. And you put these Zaplas, they're nice and hot. They just got done being boiled. There's a big bowl of dough. And you put it in a bag with powdered sugar. You shake that fucking bag. Right. And while they're nice and hot, you dip that in your coffee. Right. That's the best thing of the feast.
Espresso.
Yeah. Wow. I don't really do espresso. I like cappuccino.
That's kind of, it sounds like that. It sounds like you with the Starbucks routine you do.
Yeah, well, you're not going to talk about that on
here. I'm not going to talk about it, but, he does know thing about Starbucks.
I can tell you this. One of the second best things about these Japlas is the next day in the morning I have them for breakfast.
The phone's ringing.
I know, nobody's here. Somebody's calling in on the Callin Line. Actually, ladies and gentlemen, you can call in right now if you wanted to. I know a couple of people did on Instagram, but if you want to call in right now, the number's 323-883-1607. Leave a message and we'll call you back. You get it? We'll call you back. Hey, listen, Miss Pat Denizio is singing at the feast.
Yay. Miss Pat Denizio.
Well,
wait.
No, his mom's alive.
Mom.
We're talking about Pat Denizio, who was the lead singer of the unbelievable band, the Smithereens.
From Scotch Plains.
Yeah.
You see how much Scotch Plains has talent?
There's so much talent that came out of this town. In fact, they want us to do a big fundraiser for the town, for the mayor, because you're going to run for mayor again. And they came at me and they asked me if I could call Gary, because Gary sings in the band. We can get the broadcasters. We can get Billy Wilkins and have them. Everybody who's famous that came from this town will do a big show. And you know what I suggested? We'd play the football field.
Oh, that would be great.
We played a football field. Imagine doing a concert at the football field.
That would be great.
20,000 people
at least.
People say to me, "Did you play Madison Square Garden?" I'm like, "I played the Garden, but it was by the football field." Scotch Plains Fanwood High School Garden.
There you go.
That could be a concert of all concerts.
It could be.
Imagine doing that.
It would be fun.
I think it's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to the feast. If I could do a quick shout out to some of my tour dates, which I hope Gary's going to come to. All you have to do, people, is just go to MikeMarino.net. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my newsletter. And every month you'll know exactly where I'm going, who I'm hanging around with, who I'm going to have on the show, who we're talking to, when projects like Silent Partners are going to be out there, how you can also sponsor a tour. You could sponsor a live event. You could sponsor the talk show right here. You could send us some food. We'll talk about your food on the show. We'll come to your house and we'll take the food from you. I'm going to have a garage sale. I'm going to make that big announcement right here on the show, right? I'll probably make 50 cents, but I enjoy meeting people. You want to buy some swag, you can buy Mike Marino t-shirts at MikeMarino.net that actually say, "Make America Italian Again." And you could also very soon start getting some shirts that actually say, "Live from my mother's basement."
That's a great shirt. I'm getting one of them.
He's a great shirt.
I'm getting one of those.
Wait a minute. I'll give you one right here live on the show.
Large. Don't give me a medium.
I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look
like a midriff on me.
There we go.
You don't want to see me in a midriff.
I will now give Gary Pastore a shirt that says "Live from my mother's basement" on the front and "Make America Italian Again" on the back, live on the show, for being on the show. And these shirts were made by a new company out in California, Northern California, called, oh, thank you very much. You're welcome. Sport that. Wear that wherever you go. Make sure you, when you go on a talk show, you wear that.
I may wear this one day when we go to the feast.
All right, I'll wear one too. They're coming from a bunch of our friends called the Broken Liver Club. The Broken Liver Club is a bunch of guys who decided to say, you know what, don't drink so much, you'll break your liver. But they also have another company called Knee Deep Brewing Company. Knee Deep Brewing Company. They make great, fine crafted beers, and they also make shirts. So make sure you take a look and see what they're doing. We're going to do a nice quick shout out to one of the guys who comes to all my shows, the first original sponsor of Mike Marino Live from My Basement. He's sitting right over there. He comes to the show all the time. Are you looking to buy a house, ladies and gentlemen? Are you looking to sell a house? Help me with this plug. Yeah. He is. Oh, holy shit.
Actually, I could be.
He's looking to buy a house, which means he's looking to sell a house. All right. He sells houses. He's sitting here.
That's perfect.
All right. If you need to buy a house, if you need to sell a house, if you want to rent a house, if you want to kick somebody out of your house, you call Gary. But if you look,
I get rid of all house best. 4-legged, 2-legged, don't matter.
Jim Mulcahy from Remax Integrity Advantage comes and watches all the podcasts, comes to all my shows, and he sponsors a lot of the shows because he sells a lot of houses. I even think he sells boats these days because he's always on a yacht. So if you're looking to sell a house, buy a house, especially in the tri-state area, why don't you go to Remax Integrity Advantage and log on to www.sellwithmulcahy.com. You're either going to get his wife on the phone, Susan? Did I get the name wrong?
Yeah.
Susan and Jim. www.sellwithmulcahy.com. Hey, check this out. Did you put him on the show so he doesn't whack you in your mom's basement? Everybody thinks they're funny. Hey, stop whispering. We can see you. We do have a studio audience.
My friend. My friends.
Make America Italian again. How the heck are you? All right.
So do we have, what we got from the neighborhood? How about a shout out to the Italian American Club in Westfield, right? John Pizzi, Cam. Who else? Who else is from there? We got Sal Tropiano. We got Mazzola, Jeffito Mazzola. Who else?
Wait a
Who else
minute,
are you watching?
You get. Look at this guy. Gary, I can't help but say you look like Paulie from Rocky. You do. He does look like Paulie from
No, I
Rocky.
don't.
Come on, do a couple of lines from Rocky.
I could do.
I don't sweat
Burgess
these like-
Meredith.
Okay,
All right.
do him.
Oh, you're age rock. You gotta go and stop. Oh, I could do Rocky. Adrian, I did it for you. Hey.
I can do Rocky now. Oh, not again. Hey, listen, here goes another quick shout out to one of my other sponsors. I finished this bag, so I hope, Andrew, you're watching the show right now. I need another bag of Bada Bean coffee. Look at the way he spells it. Bada Bean coffee. Jersey style coffee. You gotta love it. Folks, just go to www.badabeancoffee.com and check out some of the greatest coffee that's going to take over the United States. Andrew Edelman, we love this stuff. Thank you so much for being a sponsor of Mike Marino Live on Tour. We actually got to get going, ladies and gentlemen. This has been one of my favorite shows.
We're also going to be at Soprano Con.
Oh, talk about
in November. Soprano Con at the Middleland Convention Center. 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. All you Sopranos fans, all you Sopranos will be there. I don't know if Edie's coming, but as far as I know, about 80% of the Sopranos will be there, and from other shows as well. We'll be signing autographs, and you can talk to us and say hello. I was only in 2 episodes, but I'm a character on the show, so they invited me. And that's it.
It makes a lot of sense. I heard a lot about this Sopranos Con myself. In fact, I was asked to do a stand-up routine
wish you would.
on that weekend, so I think we're going to be there too. You know what?
There too. So.
Hopefully by November, there will be a Silent Partners on, and we'll do our own show and our own thing. We'll bring our own coffee, and we'll have our own sandwiches and our own fun.
You know, one of the main reasons that we got to get this going is I want to spend the winter.
Yes,
So-
we want to move to Miami.
Yeah, I want to shoot in Miami from like January.
Look, they're all right into the show right now. Look, there's Angela Edelman. You're the man, Mike. We love you, man. We love Bada Bean Coffee. There's Cyril. He's laughing right now. We love Bada Bean Coffee. This should be in the show. Everything that we're doing makes a lot of sense. Within the next 6 months to a year, I better have a fucking mansion in Miami doing everything that I want to do. So everybody, let's have some fun. Yes, I do watch Bruce Springsteen. I can't believe he's asking me if I listen to Bruce Springsteen. We're from the Jersey
We're hanging
Shore.
out with him.
Yeah.
Right? I was hanging out with him a month ago. Were we not? Emilio, we were hanging out with him a month ago. A month ago at the Stone Pony.
We're talking about Bada Bean Coffee. Somebody writes in about
Lavazza.
I love Lavazza.
Yeah.
Get off the show.
Get off the show. They're not
Get
a
off the
sponsor.
show.
Oh,
Nobody
be
knows
gone.
who you are.
cares?
Silent Snowbirds. That's very funny. That's Tracy Pace.
Hey, Tracy Pace. Am I going to see you, dog? Are you taking me fishing?
Yeah, we're all going fishing.
You're supposed to take me fishing. Oh, you can't. It's going to be a hurricane.
All right. Let's lock up this show. Thank you very much, everybody. Give us a
Gary
nice round of applause for
Pastore,
Pastor.
Gary underscore Pastore at Instagram.
Tell everybody
follow
out
me.
there where we can contact you if we want to talk to you and follow you.
Gary Pastore, GP actor on Facebook, and then it's Gary GARRY underscore Pastore at Instagram, or www.GARRYPASTORE.com, and you find out what I'm up to and what I'm doing. But in the meantime, Silent Partners, I got a movie coming out called Shooting Heroin, about the heroin epidemic. I play a sheriff, and I'm doing Crabs in a Bucket and The Fix, and hopefully all my boys will be in there with me. So thank you for watching. Thanks for supporting my dearest friend over here, Michael. I love this guy. And
that's it. So let's go make America Italian again. Remember the motto: you don't know nothing, you don't see nothing, you say nothing. Go to MikeMarino.net, find out when I'm coming into your neighborhood to do a live performance. And remember, how do I end every single one of my broadcasts?
No shit.
Man, we gotta say it together, like we know each other. And then we're gonna go do this too. And how do I end every single one of my broadcasts? By always saying the same thing: take no shit from nobody. Hey folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.